Thanks, Russell. Good morning to everyone. It's great to have you back for this second webinar in our series. We see that some of you have attended the first webinar. You may have seen the recording, the follow-up webinar, or this may be your first webinar of this series. So welcome to you all. We enjoy running the webinars using this platform because we're able to actually capture reports of questions asked in our Q&A or questions that have been entered into the chat. So if anyone has questions, feel free to enter them into the chat and we'll answer them afterwards. Otherwise, one question we asked last time at the end of the presentation was, what would you like to see in this webinar series? So if you haven't heard back from us following the first webinar, it's likely because we're putting that one of those requests that came from our client or one of our clients or resellers into our series. So we'll keep you updated on what's to come. So the objective of this webinar is to just take you through some of the features of that on the topic of searching your data in Konect. Now, just about the webinar, for those of you that are attending for the first time, it's just a 10-minute slide deck demo presentation of the features of the product. We allow 5 minutes for Q&A. Follow-up questions can be sent to myself, Matt Smith, or our company sales email address, sales@globalgbm. The webinar recording will be available on our website after the session for those of you that couldn't make it, or if you have any colleagues that you believe would like to catch up on the material. Okay, so how to search your data in Konect. So we're going to touch on the end user search functions. So within the search tool available within Konect itself, but also the administrative functions available within the Konect Manager. And both of these will be covered in the webinar. So I'll just go back because I just had the beautiful. Okay, so why search your data in Konect? Well, Konect is a cloud-based geographic data field collection app. And search tools are available to Konect app users and also Konect Manager administrators. It's important to search your data in Konect to easily highlight and pinpoint records on the map, especially when you have staff and both inside your organization and potentially stakeholders or clients outside your organization collecting data in the field. It's really important that you use these search tools as maybe you're one of your first points of validation. Filtering data sets to make the app easy for users is another reason, and also to identify data inconsistencies, quality issues, and trends related to data collected in the field. This may allow you to make a decision to do further analysis or to do further work in the further tweaks or amendments to processes in the field. Okay, so a fundamental item to remember when working with Konect is that if you're working in the primary form dialog in the Konect Manager, or you're creating a secondary form through the variant tab, you need to define the form field value as searchable in order to use the search tools. By default, they're defined as not searchable. Within the Konect app, the search feature is available on the right-hand side of the of the mobile app. Same if you're using iOS or Android. It is the second one on the list on the right-hand side and is indicated by the magnifying glass. The project search basically allows you to, it uses a wildcard search. So if you don't know the exact value that you're searching for, you may know the first few characters or numbers. You can type those in and it will present options. If you don't type anything at the top here, you can actually click, as long as you've turned on a data set to search to the right, you can actually, if you don't type anything on the top here, you can actually click list view to see all the information in the data and then also take advantage of the search feature, allowing you to easily pinpoint information on the map. Now, in the Konect Manager, the same dialog is available. It is needs to be turned on the left-hand side of Konect Manager, and it appears in the right-hand panel on Konect Manager. Konect Manager is obviously it's a application for Microsoft Windows. It is used by some Konect administrators, but not all Konect users. It does allow for, it does make searching slightly easier. However, the interface is the mobile interface, on the other hand, should allow you to scroll through a list of records and pinpoint them on the map after search. Okay, so how do search results display? Whether you search a point, line, or polygon data object, it will highlight on the map in a pink outline, just so that it stands out amongst base maps and other layers that have been imported or from a GIS environment or created directly within Konect. So keep an eye out for the pink objects after they've been searched. Now, talking about the Konect Manager, under the Data tab, there is the filtering option. This allows you to filter the records that have been collected as part of workflows. You can actually export them out of the system into GIS, into various GIS data formats, including MapInfo and Esri. So it's a good place for searching your data sets and just viewing and having a full interactive map view where you can interact directly with your mouse and keyboard. The Konect Manager query dialog is another option for searching your data. Now, this is accessible under each individual data set. And then under the data query menu, which is available against every data set. So the data query menu basically allows you to search your data, but for the purposes of, think of it as refining the way that you present your spatial data to possibly different users in Konect. So for those of you that attended our last webinar, we showed previous some building footprints in and around. It was the webinar was around maintaining assets in the area of around Sydney Airport. But basically, we only wanted to show key infrastructure areas on the map for the users that were going to collect data. So this is where data queries comes in. I'm searching my data set, but I'm also filtering it for use in the Konect Manager, which is then going into a project to be deployed to different users. So you can have different data queries defined against each data set, and you can disseminate those to different groups for different workflows, and actually associate an appropriate form with them as well. Okay, so tips to better search your data. So although the search feature looks basic, using smart form features allows new fields to be added to forms. Now, it's why we introduced, following on from the previous webinar, it's important to make searching meaningful. We'd recommend that you have a look at the calculated fields documentation and or catch up on the previous webinar if you haven't already. The smart form features basically will expand what appears in the dialog, providing that you have made a form field searchable. You can then go about, more interactively displaying lists to pinpoint information or see trends in your data. Okay, so searching through queries. This is just a reiteration of the point I made about Konekt Manager, is that basically interactive maps and tables are displayed as a result. Querying data in the Konekt Manager allows the data to be exported as well, which cannot be done on the app itself. Okay, so just a note of caution. Konekt export tools may be required for more complex data analysis within a GIS or database environment. And if you need to enhance the analysis of data, reporting using this after using the CLI and API tools, or combination of the two, is actually the recommended option for searching your data. And we will touch on these functions, this functionality of the product in future webinars. Okay, so documentation available, read form functions for searching, Konekt user manual, and Konekt quick start guide, and stay tuned for updated resources. We are working on extending our knowledge base over time. And thanks very much for your time this morning. I hope you enjoyed the content. I'll just hand over to Russell to just talk about ways to get in touch, and also options of what will be, just provide some more information about future webinars.